After a recent sexual assault, Winthrop students expressed their safety concerns. We have the latest on the assault, the aftermath, and how you can stay safe on campus.
Take a look at the new development center that could change Rock Hill forever. Plus, we have an interview with the man with the plan.
Welcome to Winthrop Close Up. I'm Taylor Mitchell.
And I'm Jessica Batista. A teenage suspect accused of sexually assaulting a woman at gunpoint on campus will be tried as an adult. The attack took place on the morning of February 15th near Campus Walk. 16-year-old Terry Shamik Tyler is accused of sexually assaulting and robbing the female student. Currently, his bond has been denied, and he is sitting in the Juvenile Detention Center in Columbia. Rock Hill Police is working with the victim's advocate to help the woman that was assaulted. Officer says this suspect is choosing to remain silent. It can take months before the case reaches a courtroom.
Concerns about student safety are rising following the attack. Kennedy Harris has reactions from students.
Or change anything about what happened to that girl. Okay.
The assault of a Winthrop student at Walk to Campus Apartments hit too close to home for many students, sparking a large conversation on social media. In response, Walk to Campus held a community meeting for residents to express their concerns to local police officers. The assault, occurring after a string of solicitation incidents on campus, left students untrusting of police. Student Leslie Jordan has felt safe on campus until recently.
It's been good up to recently, as I should say, because of all the incidents that have been happening, not just the past week, but last semester and everything that's been going on.
Statistics show that 1 in 4 college-age women will be sexually assaulted. Fortunately, there are some resources available to help victims and to prevent assaults from occurring. Students who may be feeling uneasy or unsafe on or around campus after the assault are encouraged to reach out to someone in the Office of Victims Assistance for advice and consolation.
And I advise students to come in and talk to us, let us know their concerns, let us know what they want us to do to make them feel safe so we can all work together to make sure, because I feel like if you work here, the whole goal is to make sure our students are safe and successful.
For anyone interested in getting involved in helping victims, Safe Passage of Rock Hill is always open to student volunteers.
We are a nonprofit organization that serves victims of or survivors of child abuse, sexual assault, and even domestic violence. So anything when it comes to those 3 areas.
This horrible incident sparked a much-needed conversation about student safety concerns. Now that the open dialogue has started, hopefully we'll see some changes in the future. This has been Kennedy Harris, Winthrop Close Up.
Thank you, Kennedy. I spoke with the police who gave their best safety tips for students, including an app you can download to your phone. While education and student success are the primary goals for Winthrop University, student safety is also a major priority. Although, recent incidents have students feeling concerned about their safety.
Personally, I don't feel that safe on campus. I feel like Winthrop could put a lot more money into lighting. It's if you walk in front of Johnson or Rutledge or any place like that at night, it's literally just pitch black with a couple street lights that are barely lit. I keep myself safe. I mostly drive everywhere if I'm going somewhere at night.
Recently, Winthrop held a campus safety forum where students could speak directly with campus police, Rock Hill PD, President Mahoney, and other officials.
When you see things that make you feel unsafe, to report it right away. The more the information we get, the quicker we get it, the more we can do things about it. I do say, like they were talking about today, we continue to put resources into it as much as we can. It's always a priority for us. I remind people, I live on campus with my young daughter and my wife, so I'm as concerned about campus safety as our students are. But I think we continually look for what we can do better. We've tried to improve the lights. We put in more blue light phones. Every time we try to find things we can do better.
One of the topics discussed were safety tips for students.
Many students carry pepper spray on their keychains. These are only about $10 and can be found in most grocery stores.
Always the best safety tips for students to remember. Number one is if you see something, say something. make sure that we download our Live Safe app and make sure that we sign up for WOO Alert as well.
Students who feel unsafe on campus are encouraged to follow these safety tips and reach out if they sense danger. If you are a part of the Winthrop community and were not able to make it to the security forum, visit Winthrop Close Up on Twitter to learn more.
Still ahead, find out the latest hotspot where all the students are hanging out. Plus, Kennedy Harris joins us with a peek at the new center coming to Rock Hill.
All right, and action.
A new development is coming that could change the face of Rock Hill. Here's how it could impact Winthrop University. Construction for the University Center project near the southwest edge of Winthrop's campus is underway. Vice President of the Development for the Tuttle Company, Wes Tuttle, hopes the center will revitalize the dreary area.
And it's what is called a mixed-use development, and what that means is there's a mixed use of residential, office, and retail all in the same area, almost a live, work, play type of scenario, what we like to call it.
This 23-acre site is expected to include 10 facilities within walking distance of Winthrop's campus. As you can see behind me, the athletic complex is almost complete. The new student housing options at the University Center offer students an alternative to living on campus.
I think that it's a great time for them to bring in new housing and bring in different things that are more modern.
Because of the many amenities the center will offer and its proximity to Winthrop, it could have a large impact on the university's appeal.
Even the prospect or the promise of it, it's something that we can utilize in our advertising and marketing for the university in terms of marketing towards prospective students and families, and especially those students who are coming from a distance. I think it will be especially attractive.
I think in the past, maybe Winthrop has been considered more of a suitcase campus, quote unquote, that the students leave on the weekends. We feel that this being in the very backyard of Winthrop, that they can walk to and enjoy some amenities that maybe they haven't before.
The center will also include classrooms for Winthrop's exercise science students. You can expect to see it completed by 2023. Welcome back. I'm sitting with special guest Wes Tuttle, who is the Vice President for the Tuttle Company. Thank you for coming, Wes. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you could come.
Thank you.
So I just have a few questions to ask you about the center. So in what ways do you hope this center will impact Rock Hill?
I think it'll impact Rock Hill in several ways. One being a brand new tax base for the city that was not there before. So that's certainly more tax dollars coming into the local economy as well as the local schools. Mm-hmm. I think it'll bring a lot new visitors to the area, some visitors that may not have been familiar with Rock Hill before. One of the components of University Center is the indoor sports arena that'll host a variety of events from basketball to volleyball to cheerleading to you name it, cornhole tournaments, and that'll bring some visitors from outside to come to downtown Rock Hill to see what Rock Hill is all about. So that'll certainly be another impact to really get us on the map. And then, certainly just more growth and development in general. This was a very blighted, neglected site, and so it'll just kind of breathe a little new fresh air into downtown Rock Hill.
All right, and what is so unique and special about this particular plot of land?
Sure, well, it's the old bleachery site, for those of you that are familiar with Rock Hill. It's dated back to the late 1800s, where they used to actually build the Rock Hill Buggy Company was produced here in this plant on this property. Between, I think, the 1900s to 1920-ish, the Anderson motor car was built on this site, which was a very popular car in America. It actually went after the Ford Model T, and then after that became a textile mill. So it was a very large textile mill that employed about 5,000 people here in the Rock Hill area. I think back in the 60s it was 85% of the American flags were printed in on this site for the whole country, which is a pretty cool fact.
Oh, wow.
In the building now, we have a couple of flags displayed. They were actually printed in this building. So there's a lot of history to this building. There's a lot of history to the site, and I think that's really what makes it unique.
All right. And what type of amenities will the center offer?
So the whole center, University Center, is 23 acres, and some of the amenities, again, are the indoor sports arena that'll host a variety of different events every weekend. There'll be 2 hotels. There'll be lots of retail, you know, your coffee shops, restaurants. There's going to be a brewery on site. There'll be an outdoor amphitheater, music stage setting. There'll be student housing that will be built there that certainly the students of Winthrop can take advantage of. There'll be some other apartments that you can rent to live on site. And so there's going to be a lot of different components to the, it's a true live, work, play type development.
All right. And what's the center's connection to Winthrop?
The connection to Winthrop is, A, it's right in the backyard, so you literally can walk to it for Winthrop. It's the connecting piece from Winthrop to downtown Rock Hill. Again, this site has been vacant for so long, it was just, there's not really much connection from downtown Rock Hill to Winthrop. So it's definitely a huge connecting point for the students, not to mention all of the retail and the different attractions that'll be on site there. Students will be able to take advantage of that and walk to it, go out to eat, maybe go grab a beer or a coffee or go hear a concert, all within walking distance of Winthrop. Winthrop does have a an exercise degree program in the Lowenstein building, which is in the park. And they will house their degree program there. They have opened. They're in the process of setting up now. So the classroom and their exercise laboratory will be located inside University Center as well. So that's another connection with Winthrop.
Oh, wow, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
So when can we expect the whole center to be completed and open?
Well, originally it was about an 8-year build out. Overall, it's about a $200 million project, and we were estimating about 8 years. We think we started in 2016, and we think it'll probably be about 5 or 6 years instead. So we're estimating somewhere maybe around 2023 for it to be fully completed.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Celeste. I'm
Absolutely.
glad to have you. Up next, there's a new hangout in town.
I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with off. I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with off. I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with off. I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with off.
Looking for a new study place off campus, or maybe just a fresh cup of coffee? Winthrop Close Up has the perfect place for you. Welcome to Amelie's, a French bakery in downtown Rock Hill, known for its delicious pastries, decorations that make customers feel like they're in Paris, and a unique study spot for students.
Amelie's is that it is a perfect place to come and study. They have free Wi-Fi and they have enough ports. I also like the vibe. Plus, every now and then while I'm working on something, editing photos, writing an essay or something like that, I sometimes see a friend from school or a friend around the area, and it's not too far from where I live.
If you have some free time, come check out the French bakery. You might just run into some of your classmates who have already discovered the not-so-secret study spot.
Thank you for tuning in. To stay up to date, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Winthrop Close Up.